I'm still nervous, but I'm okay. I'm Jo Patterson. I'm 81 years old, and I have been in church all my life. My parents were charter members of a church in Louisiana before we moved to Texas, and I was 2 when we moved to Edinburg. So I've been here a long time. Grew up in the church. My parents were Christians. My dad was a deacon here for many years. And it's just one of those things that you just progress into. So I knew long ago that what it meant to be a Christian, what I needed to do, and it was just one of those things that just happened. My parents went to church every Sunday. We went to Sunday school every Sunday. We went to church. We went to training unit on Sunday night, church on Sunday night. The activities that were in the church we went to. And my mom and dad always insisted, or not really insisted, because we knew what we were going to do. We didn't have a choice. We went to church. We got up Sunday morning. Mother always had our clothes pressed. We didn't have a lot of money, but they were always clean and neat. And I remember Dad always polishing our shoes on Saturday night. He said, "You tell a person about the shoes he wears." And it was very important to him that we respect the church and that we understood what it meant to be a Christian. And I knew long before I actually joined the church what it meant and that I needed to, but there was something in me that I just wasn't brave enough to walk to the front and profess that. But my older sister said she would go with me. She did. And when I was 10 or 11, I did profess my profession of faith and went to the front of the church. And I was baptized a week later, and it happened to be on a Wednesday night with an interim pastor that was here at the time. And I felt much better after that. I was more calm, and it just was a relief in a way. And I continued to go into church, went through elementary school, high school, went to all the youth activities, and we had a lot of them back when I was in the youth department. We had fellowships for youth every Sunday night after church, and it was just a wonderful experience. And there were struggles. My mom and dad didn't have a lot of money, but we always were provided for. And Mom always taught us that if you pray, God's going to take care of you regardless of what. And sometimes we wondered. And then I met my husband here at church and married, had 4 children. And in the process, we were transferred to Carrizo Springs when he was working with Continental Oil. And happened so our pastor here has accepted the call to the First Baptist Church in Carrizo Springs at the same time. So even though it was a little frightening to me, not ever having lived away from my parents before, but yet we had the pastor there, which really was a comfort to us, and especially going to a new church. Then about 5 years later, my husband got a call from the superintendent of schools here in Edinburg and asked him to come back and teach woodworking in the schools. That was a big decision, and we prayed a lot about it. And God led us back here, and looking back on the things that have happened, I can see why we did come back, even though it was a big pay cut from going for Continental Oil to teaching school, because our parents were both here, and there were no other family members here. And now I think about it and how we had to take care of our parents and make sure that they were cared for. And I think that's why He sent us back. And then after my father and my husband passed away, it was a struggle for me. My husband's gone 26 years, and it's still sometimes I get a little blue and sad, but I just pray, and God always comes through for me. Many things that have happened, and I've had to take care of myself that I never had to take care of before, has really been a struggle at times. But I just go in my little closet and pray and ask God to calm me down and take care of things, and He does. And the Bible tells us He will never forsake us or leave us, and I firmly believe that.